Welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. I'm the Dragon Ball Master, and he's the Dragon Ball. He's Jaden Smith in the
Pursuit of Happiness
in the remake of Karate Kid. Today's the day.
My name's Wesley,
and I'm Brandon. This is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 58. Do you even so let's just get right in. Do you even understand, bro, like what we just watched?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Like that is
I have a new score for one of these episodes.
Oh my god.
That I haven't yet given yet.
That is like we've watched something holy. Like it is like not of this realm.
Yeah. I agree. It is probably my favorite watching experience so far.
Me too. We start with episode 189, Cell Returns. And really these three episodes are like three basic parts.
Yes.
189 being Cell's return. What's really cool about this is in the beginning, Cell's theme is different now.
It's sick.
We call that a leitmotif.
Yeah. It's my first note.
Oh, is it leitmotif?
No, new slower Cell theme rendition is hot.
Yeah, man. So it's kind of showing you that things are changed. So
it's just like a halftime theme, and it's like so gnarly.
And so we get the explanation from him on how he survived, which I was surprised you didn't predict. I don't know why I would be surprised, but I was surprised you didn't predict that maybe like he just had like, so he's got the core in his head, right? And that's what remained, and he was able to regenerate from that.
Well, I really thought he was like completely disintegrated.
Yeah.
As was Goku.
No, yeah, I understand why you would think that, but for me, it's just like.
You've seen the show.
Yeah,
so
I'm like, what, how do you not guess that there's a core in his head? Like, why would you not know that? But it looks like a little butthole.
Yeah, it did. It was it was weird design for sure.
And he learned instant transmission because his cells mixed with Goku's again.
Yeah,
which is interesting. So he's like, you could say I'm new and improved. And then he also has the Zenkai boost, like the Saiyans get whenever they fight and they get damaged and they come back from
stronger.
it. They come back stronger. And he's able to live in the vacuum of space because of Frieza. Yeah, they kind of never mention it again.
Yeah, I was about to say we haven't heard it since
Goku's
first death.
Because it's basically like a plot hole, I guess you could even say. Like, why don't Goku and Vegeta just almost kill each other over and over and over again, and then just keep recovering? Back. And but I think like in canon, like after so many, it kind of like wears off. Like you can't do it that many times. But anyway, and so we get the whole explanation from Cell. Yep. And did you expect Vegeta's reaction here? I know you didn't actually, because you said last week that you did not think he would really care that much.
Before
but
we
he
get
actually
there, though, because I have a note, but I have some more notes before that.
I'd love to hear.
Cell says it's impossible for him to die. He only needs one cell to restore his life through cellular duplication. Science nerds out there. That was interesting. I didn't realize these three episodes were going to be so fast paced.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought we just added. I think I said last week like
you thought it was going to be like 15
another
episodes.
Like 15 episodes.
Oh no.
So when Cell's like it's impossible for me to die, I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do. But we figured that out. And then I didn't realize it last time, but they show Cell dying again, and Goku specifically brings him to King Kai's planet. I thought the explosion was so big in space that it like blew up King Kai's planet, and in my head I'm like, I don't even know how that works because I don't even know where Snake Way is at. But the fact that he brought him specifically to King Kai's planet, I just love that. Like,
I'm actually surprised. I don't really know how you missed that, to be honest.
I don't know either. I just thought everything blew up. It didn't make sense to me.
Because you have to instant transmission to somebody, like a person.
I thought he was in space. But yeah, so I love that King Kai like was targeted and just got his
it literally was like
exploded.
I can only teleport to someone whose energy I can feel. That's not on Earth, and he didn't even have time to think. So he's like King Kai.
God, can you imagine if he just like accidentally like picked Krillin or something?
Yeah,
teleports 30 feet away. Blows up Krillin and Android 18.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
And then Gohan, pissed off, just jumps right into Super Saiyan 2 again.
Yeah.
And Cell's talking a lot of shit, and I'm like, last time you were defenseless against Super
exactly.
Saiyan 2. So I don't know what's different this time. I did forget about the Kai boost thing, but even then, in my head, I'm like, I don't know. I still think Gohan's like more powerful now than before. So you should probably stop talking that shit.
And Gohan's like ready to go. He feels good. He's like, yeah, it sucks that my dad died, but I'm gonna fight you again.
I predicted last time that Gohan was out. Like, powered down, which I guess I should have known because he only powered down to Super Saiyan.
Right.
So like, it's not like he lost everything.
Well, the question being like, does he know how to become Super Saiyan 2 again? Given that it was kind of an involuntary reaction. But yikes, that was hard.
Now it's a button he can press.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan 2 button. I wish I had one.
So then we finally start paying attention to Trunks. Yamcha runs over to Trunks and he's like, "Oh my god."
He coughs up so much blood.
He does, yeah. And Yamcha's like, "Guys, he's not in good shape," which is like,
bro, he has a freaking 4-inch hole in his chest, 4-inch wide hole in his chest.
It's so good. Yamcha's just so effortlessly dumb. I love him.
Yeah, he's the himbo of the series, as we say.
Yeah, literally. And then we get to the Vegeta stuff that you were talking about. So yes, Vegeta looks at Trunks and he's like immediately angry and pissed off. He gets pissed off at the wrong person, in my opinion.
He says, "Kakarot, this is all your fault." And I'm like, what? He's not even in this realm anymore.
This dude sacrificed his life. He gave it all. He is your Jesus Christ. And then Goku's like, or Vegeta's like, "I'm burning God to the ground."
Which to me is like projection. I think it's intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
I just thought it was funny because he's like, just Vegeta at all times is still Vegeta. Even when grieving and angry, he's still gonna find a way to be like, "Kakarot."
Yeah, but 2 episodes from now, I feel like we see. Well, I'll get there, but yeah, right now he's projecting, and
he's
he gets very mad, and we get his theme playing, which is one of my favorite themes in the series.
Yes, agreed. And he also says of Trunks, he sacrificed everything for me, and I've done nothing for him. So he's starting to feel a little remorseful.
So this whole time, he did care about Trunks deep down, and maybe he didn't even know it. But seeing him laying there, presumably dead, is like it triggered something in him.
Yeah,
though he got big mad.
It's so funny that we've mentioned this before, but like this isn't Vegeta's Trunks. Technically, like,
yeah, but
it's
still his blood though.
No, it is, but he has like a baby that he just doesn't give a shit about.
It's like if Vegeta, right? Yeah, has he even touched, like, held the baby?
Nothing. No, not even acknowledged that it's alive. Like he pushed in, didn't pull out, and there's a baby, and he's not worried about anything else.
Yeah, he literally he got thirst trapped by Bulma and then didn't pull out.
Yeah, and nice. She's loving it. I guess she's got this baby. We didn't see her at all these episodes.
Yeah, she's not a.
Vegeta immediately rushes out, and does he go to Super Saiyan 2 or does he just get really powered up? I didn't know.
Vegeta, it's just Super Saiyan. He has not gone Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, and in his anger, he just unloads like beams after beams, like hundreds of beams at Cell, because he's like, okay, to take out Cell, we have to just literally get rid of every cell in his body, and so Vegeta's just gonna fire away for like 5 minutes. I pretty immediately knew that it was not doing anything.
Unfortunate, but true.
Yeah, they were. The smoke was not clearing.
That's how you know.
Yeah,
that's immediately how you know. With like, very, very rare exception.
Yeah, I was like, okay, not even just Dragon Ball Z. Like this is just across the board of media. Like, oh, we're not showing the enemy getting hurt, or we're not hearing Cell cry out in pain, or anything. When is Cell gonna come through the clouds and stop Vegeta? And sure enough, he does. He punches Vegeta. Like right to the ground.
Yeah, Vegeta like spirals away and crashes into the ground, and he's more or less down and out.
He's got like a broken collarbone or something.
Yeah, he looks definitely like a little messed up.
Yeah, and so Cell is like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm gonna end your life now, you little bitch. And he charges up his, I don't think he says, but
it was just a blast, energy blast,
presumably a killing blow.
Oh, it 100% would have killed Vegeta.
And Gohan senses it and jumps right in front of it last second, and. That's not the end of the episode.
No.
We see that Gohan takes it, and he's lying there pretty lifeless on top of Vegeta.
Which is a reference
to...
Remember, it's been 2 years almost. When in the Saiyan Saga, whenever Gohan crashes onto Vegeta after he was a great ape, and he someone cuts his tail off.
Okay, yeah.
And then Gohan is laying naked on top of Vegeta, who's laying there like knocked out.
Oh, okay.
And then this is basically like a full circle moment. Now Gohan is laying on top of Vegeta. They're both down and out more or less, but he saved Vegeta's life.
Yeah.
So the kid Vegeta tried to kill saved his life.
Yes. Cell does not. Well, he's upset, but not that. He's just like, okay, I'm gonna kill you, and then Vegeta, and then I'm gonna blow up this whole freaking planet. And you know what I'm going to do after that? I'm going to use your father's instant transmission, and I'm going to just go from planet to planet and destroy everything. And then we kind of end there, but the next episode really picks right back up on that train of thought.
He's basically like, we get someone's like, give Gohan a senzu bean. He needs it. He can't fight anymore because his arm from protecting Vegeta, his arm is basically like useless. Whether it's broken or I think it's like dislocated is the implication. But there's blood. There's actually a surprising amount of blood like pouring out. They should focus on that. And so Gohan's like, crap, I'm not in fighting shape anymore. First off, there's no more senzu beans. Second off, and was this where Cell talks about how he found his new purpose, or is that in next episode?
That's the next episode.
Okay,
that's when we get all the flashbacks and.
Yeah. So after like the no more beans thing, I think that's where the episode about ends.
Yeah. And
Gohan's just kind of like, oh crap.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 7.
Easy 7s.
Yeah, like no question.
Nope.
Really freaking good, awesome episode. And episode 190, the horror won't end, picks right back up. So as you were talking about, Gohan standing up, his arms like dripping blood. You can hear a ton of blood drip. It's not dripping, it's like pouring blood.
Yeah.
It's getting all over the place. It's nasty. Gohan is like, we are screwed. Mm-hmm. I cannot fight. No one else has the power I have. We are donezo. And then Vegeta, maybe for the first time ever in the show ever, says sorry to Gohan.
Yes.
Maybe his first apology. And Gohan is like, well, shit. If Vegeta is apologizing, then he knows that we are donezo.
Yeah, that's exactly. And it's the most perfect reaction ever. It's like, oh, we're really all about to die.
Yep.
Like all of us are about to die.
We cut to Piccolo, who is just not happy watching his, son basically about to die. It's really funny because he says darn it. Like, I wish the show could cuss sometimes, because he goes, Piccolo watches what's happening.
It does
like, darn it.
Vegeta says like damn it all the time. So I guess it's
it would have been a good damn it.
Yeah, it would have been.
And then we're gonna get to the ultimate perfection.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think anyone calls it that, but
yeah, well, Cell does. Cell is basically talking about how he's going to go from planet to planet and just blow it all up, because he's now reached ultimate perfection, and he finally understands what Dr. Gero meant when Dr. Gero said ultimate perfection a long time ago.
Yeah, so we get to see basically this Cell's origin, which is of a timeline, not Trunks' timeline. This is of a timeline where the androids betray Dr. Gero and they go do their own thing. Yep. And Trunks defeats the androids, so Cell can't become perfect, and there's like no humans left, and it's like boring. And so then he steals Trunks' time machine. I believe he killed that Trunks.
Yeah, and he powers down back to his larvae form.
Yeah.
Because in the lab, he immediately jumps to the bug sucker, the one with the tail form. And at first I was like, wait a second. I thought he comes to us as a larvae. But then he gets in the ship and he's like, I had to regress my form to fit in the ship. So I got here and then I started munching. And then we kind of just get a quick recap of everything leading up to this point, which is Cell going through all the stages, blah, blah, blah. I wrote that it is still so damn crazy that Dragon Ball's Dr. Gero is the cause of all of this. Like, that is just so
everything.
Good. I guess it's not technically Dragon Balls, but,
Yeah.
more or less. Dr. Gero. Watch Dragon Ball.
No, don't watch it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Read Dragon Ball. That would take you a day, and it's faster.
But you should watch it too, because it has the most slapping theme song of all time.
It does.
So good.
That's probably my third favorite Dragon Ball theme of all time.
Third favorite.
Yeah, number one would be Limit Break X Survivor, which is the Dragon Ball Super second theme. In the second half of the series. And then number two would be Dragon Soul, which is Dragon Ball Kai's intro.
You don't like Dragon Ball Z's?
No, not the thing is, like, I like the Head Chala one, but I don't know why we don't have that. So
yeah, we have the same one, and it doesn't seem like it's
changing. Got the guitar. No, it doesn't. Yeah, not good.
I wrote Big Bang confirmed. Don't know why.
Big Bang confirmed. Oh, because they say the universe started with a bang.
That's right.
And now I get to end it with one, or something like that. Yeah.
Pretty sick. And then he finishes his monologuing, and we cut to Chi-Chi, who is not having a good time because the news is not working.
And she doesn't even know Goku's dead. I don't know if you realize.
Yeah, she does.
This is a little filler section, but you would think that she would like look at this footage and be like, "That's weird." Yeah.
Why is Gohan doing all the fighting?
Yeah, right.
And then we get a knock on the door, and did not expect fortune teller Baba Yaga.
She made her grand triumphant return.
Is she from the beginning of Z, or is she from Dragon Ball? I could not remember.
She's from Dragon Ball, because remember, so she's the one in Dragon Ball who can resurrect a person for one day.
Yeah.
Because Goku goes and fights this little thing, and his grandpa Gohan is resurrected for one day, and he gets to fight him and see him one last time.
Yeah. One last time.
And yeah, that's what she does.
Yeah, so she brings her fortune-telling ball in so that Chi-Chi can watch the action unfold, and that's when she realizes her son is out there giving his all, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, so a lot of padding in this episode.
Yeah. I actually really like this episode, but yes, this part is a little whatever. But I didn't actually hate it. I mean, it could have been worse. Basically, we cut back, and Gohan is like helpless, as is Vegeta, like they're donezo. And Cell's like, all right, I'm going to end you guys. This is happening. And then we hear a voice, and it's Goku.
Well, yeah, so we get Gohan. He's accepted defeat. He's like, you know what? Just get it over with. Like, there's nothing I can do.
It's like, I'm sorry. I failed everybody. I should have killed you when I had the chance, like my father said. But I was a cocky little bastard. And
he knows now that his arm is out of the picture. Like, he just knows that he's not going to win.
Then he hears a voice. Give it up already? That's not the Gohan I know, son. Which is funny. Goku's so like lighthearted right here, and Gohan is like, Dad.
Because he's talking to a kid. Like, that's the thing. Like, he still has to. It's different. Like, it's I don't know.
And so Gohan and Goku are basically talking, spiritually or whatever you want to call it, and
through King Kai. Yeah.
Through King Kai, and Goku is basically saying like, you have to do this. I know you can do it. I've seen the strength in you before to do it. Your problem is not that you're out of energy. Your problem is that you have a ton of self-doubt, which somebody else was telling him that as well, and I don't remember who. I don't know. It might have been King Kai saying that. But,
no, it's only Goku that says that. He says it twice, though.
Oh, okay. That's
in the end of this episode and the beginning of next episode.
Yeah. And so he's basically telling Gohan, like, you can do it. You just got to stop worrying about yourself and not being able to do it, because you can. And Gohan's like, okay, I'm going to try. And he fires off a Kamehameha, which is a big old one because Goku tells him to. And Cell counters with his own, or just one that looks just like a Kamehameha?
No, it's a Kamehameha.
Yeah, and now we've got dueling Kamehamehas.
For some reason, it's called, according to the wiki I just read, it's called Solar Kamehameha. I don't know why.
Well, it's probably because the sun is out.
Oh my god. But anyway, yeah,
the apprentice teaches the master.
Yeah, right. That's what it is, though. It's Kamehameha versus Kamehameha.
I gave this episode a 7 out of 7 because the last 10 minutes, not even 10, 5 minutes, when the Kamehamehas come out and Goku is talking to Gohan, just so incredibly hype. Watching Gohan power up one single arm, and then just the animation is nuts. We see this crazy shot where we have Goku in the background, in blue and black and white, and Gohan's powering up and this giant beam's coming out. It's just the animation, the last 5 minutes, 7 out of 7. Yes, freaking really loved it.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes are 7 out of 7. Unfortunately, I gave it a 5 out of 7. Wow. Well, because, one, I knew what next episode was going to be, and I was excited to get to it. And they were just cutting away so much in this one. And normally, that does not bother me. I'm actually very tolerant. But this one time, I was like, dude, I just want to get there. I know what's coming.
All the transitions, too, did these episodes no favor. We would be mid power up, and then it's and we're just okay. Same. Even these episodes end on massive cliffhangers. I'm very glad that we could just watch 3 in a row.
If we would have ended on 190 today, I would have said we have to watch one more episode. There's no, you don't leave there. You don't end there.
I know. I just want to watch the next 3 now, just to see. I always like to see. It's a mixed bag of what you're getting following an arc's conclusion or climax.
You think we're getting filler, or we're going right in?
That's the great Dragon Ball Z question. Are we gonna watch? I don't know. Are they gonna fight some crabs, or are we gonna go right into the next villains? You know, who knows?
Yeah, we'll talk more about predictions after we review 191. But
Aye.
For God's sake, man.
191. Save the queen, save the world.
It's just save the world. But holy, I mean, what are there even words for this episode? This is a masterpiece of an episode of any media.
So sick.
Like, it's a masterpiece. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It is like arguably my favorite Dragon Ball Z episode, period.
It's probably mine so far.
But at least easily my favorite episode so far, surpassing the previous favorite episode so far of Gohan becoming Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, I was about to say my last favorite episode was like 2 episodes ago.
Isn't that nice when we just get to replace favorite episodes every so often, unlike when we were in Frieza?
Yeah, the Cell arc, very good. Very, very good arc.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in a minute.
Episode 191, Save the World. So not much happens, but what does happen is nutty. In the best way possible.
I'm just going to let you take it away step by step and describe your thoughts throughout the entire process.
Okay, so
because
they finally did what I've been saying from the start. Just get the elephant out of the room. Why don't we all work together, team? Why don't we all get together?
Dude, it literally felt like our version of Endgame.
Yeah,
Avengers Endgame.
So we've got dueling Kamehamehas. There's a giant orb above, like they're in this giant circle of energy. And you can see they have like a ring going around it of like energy, and that's kind of like helping you determine who's winning at the moment, because it goes back and forth. Oh, it's gonna hit Cell. Oh, it's gonna hit Gohan. So that's
Pause for a minute. Just picture this beam struggle versus like the Goku versus Vegeta. It's so different, like how far we've come.
They're like, oh no, we're gonna blow up this block of a city.
Yeah.
So we're watching this happen. And Goku is talking to Gohan, and he's like, come on, son, give it your all. And then Gohan does. And Goku's like, shit, that's not enough. Cell is still overpowering him. And then he's like, wait a second. Gohan, don't worry about this planet, dude. Like, that's what's holding you back. I know that you're worried about blowing up the planet or damaging it, but we can fix anything that goes wrong with the Dragon Balls. And Gohan's like, okay. So he unleashes everything, and it's still not quite enough. It's definitely a more fair fight. The ring is sitting in the middle of the two of them, but it's not enough. And so we cut away to our heroes.
And Cell's just talking shit this whole time, dude. His lines, like, he's just the best.
Yeah.
Like, he's so awesome.
He's not even really struggling either.
No,
Gohan's
he's not.
like giving it his all, and Cell's like...
He's not. He's just like, you're a few minutes from dying. What are you're saying prayers? Like, just constantly the whole time talking trash.
Yeah. So we cut to our heroes, and we've got Yamcha and Tien and Krillin and a basically dead Trunks and basically dead Android 18. I don't actually know if they're dead, but they might as well be. And Piccolo. So Yamcha and Tien, of the two unlikeliest of heroes, they discuss going to help out. They see that Cell needs like a distraction or something to knock him off balance, because
Piccolo's the first one.
That's right. Piccolo mentions it first.
Basically, he's like, Gohan, like, you're the first person to ever see me as a friend, and like, I'm not gonna let you die alone out there.
And Piccolo goes out by himself completely.
Yeah.
And he does a tri-beam. No, that's not.
He does like a special beam cannon.
Special beam
I
cannon,
think is the second thing he does, but.
And I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna do it. And Cell tanks it, and then fires his own back shot thing, which is nuts. This coolest shot. You see you see like part of the energy, and then like the blue Cell, and then like a yellow beam shooting him out, and it just knocks Piccolo far back, like electricity, blah blah blah. And Piccolo's like, well shit. Cut to Tien and Yamcha, the two unlikeliest of heroes, and they're like, we gotta do this. And they specifically tell Krillin, like, you stay behind with Android 18 and Trunks, which is very funny to me that Yamcha was like, stay behind, Krillin, me and Tien got this. It really should have been Tien like, well, maybe Yamcha
Yamcha, you stay.
So they rush over to essentially go help Piccolo with Piccolo's plan, which is to distract Cell.
And I love how like the tone here is like they nail like it really feels like old friends that are like in it one last time. Like they're talking to each other as if like hey guys, let's just the
same way that Goku was talking to them before he sacrificed himself.
More or less, yeah. And even Krillin like has a line that's like, I never would have freaking done this before, but if not for Goku and Gohan rubbing off on me, and someday I'll get them.
There's actually a really cool scene with that. So Krillin immediately just ignores what they say, and he goes with them.
He sure does.
Vegeta watches them, and he's like, what the hell are they doing? What's going on? And then we'll get back to that. So we get to our heroes, and they are they're about to do like this triple move or quadruple move. They're all going to hit Cell at the same time. And like you mentioned, we get this cool, we go to each character and we figure out like why, or we hear them talk about why this is important to them. Krillin is like, man, I never would have done any of this, but then I got involved with those Goku and Gohan goons, and now they've got me doing all this crazy shit. I'm just out here trying to get laid by 18 and blah.
He's just like laughing to himself, like knowing he's like for sure about to be vaporized.
Yep. And then let's see, we cut to Tien, and Tien is like, well, my entire journey in martial arts since I met you, Goku, was to beat you, and now you're not here, but I have the chance to do something better, and that is save your son. Very awesome. Cut to Yamcha. I don't remember what Yamcha said, to be honest. I think it's just something along the lines of like
something along those lines, but for some reason I also don't remember exactly. It was just there wasn't anything like specific that he could really reference.
Yeah. So like here's in my head, I'm like I'm viewing this as like,
oh, he's like, your son is just like you, something
right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm viewing this as like, okay, they're all gonna like, let's say like this is where Cell's at in terms of like what power he's got going up against him. So okay, we got Krillin's in the fight, boom, goes up a little bit. We got Tien, boom. We got Piccolo, boom. And then Yamcha, and it's just like that's it. Yamcha's not really doing much.
No.
I appreciate his presence.
At that point, Mr. Satan might as well jump in.
Yeah, exactly. I respect his commitment. His friends got to know, like, I'm sure Tien and Krillin are talking to each other through their minds, like, we can't tell him no, though. Like, he wants to be here for everybody. Let's just, let's let him in.
I'd like to point out, the last time Yamcha, like, helped truly against the enemy was a Saiba man. He killed one or two of them, but then he died.
Yajirobe has been more critical to the success of our heroes.
Unfortunately, true.
Poor old Yamcha.
Anyway,
Yamcha needs to go back to playing baseball. I forgot.
So yeah, they're all four standing there, and they're giving their darndest. They keep getting blasted down, but they keep on getting back up, and they're like, holy crap, I don't know why we're getting back up. But they keep on giving Cell everything they've got with energy blasts of their own.
They're getting wrecked.
Yeah.
And then we've got little old Vegeta. Vegeta's like, maybe I got to do it.
He literally admits to himself, he's like, am I actually like scared? Yeah. Like it's fear holding him back.
But then he says it's not fear.
He doesn't say anything. So he's trying to convince himself it's not fear.
So he jumps over and he gets involved, and he's actually way high up still.
Gohan's like on the cusp of losing, actually.
Yeah, it's like the ring is about to touch him.
Yeah, and he's like losing, he's yelling. Goku's like, do it, son. And then we hear the piano again, and we pan up, and Vegeta's up there. Oh boy.
And he
gives him the old blastaroo.
And
it actually knocks Cell off balance.
A little bit, but it's still not quite enough, which was surprising. I thought that would be like the thing that he needed, kind of. So what happens is that the friends get knocked over again, and Gohan is like, you hurt them, and then unleashes new power. Boom, and it's enough.
You're out of order.
Oh.
So the friends get knocked over. Gohan says you're hurting them. He gives it more, but it's still not enough. Eventually, Vegeta comes to help. When Vegeta helps, that was the final straw.
Oh.
So, you're out of order.
Well, might be.
But to be fair, it's like kind of all...
Yeah, like a matter of 30 seconds.
Right. But yeah, so Vegeta's knocking Cell off balance just barely, and Cell's like, what the... At that exact moment, Goku's like, now's your chance, do it now! Yeah. And then that's enough.
And then he unloads, and we see
gives it everything.
Little bits and pieces of Cell disintegrate and disappear until there's nothing left. And then, just in case, we're gonna go up into some weird little butthole guy and watch that disappear, and then watch all the cells get sucked away and disintegrate, and Cell is no more.
So you think it's done?
Yeah, I think it's done.
Yeah, you can't. It's done.
We got the classic Dragon Ball Z end of the climax. We got the nice shot out. See the Kamehameha go into the sky and evaporate into nothing, and then
Gohan does. This is the first time we've actually seen him with black hair in this at this age.
That's my only note. Gohan did it, and the black hair is back.
Yep.
Gohan saved the day. His dad always knew he could do it, and that's where our episode ends.
Truth be told, it's an indescribable experience.
It is.
Like you really can't even do it justice by talking about it.
That is true.
It truly is like the culmination of everything.
You should watch it if you haven't.
If you are watching this and haven't watched that would be interesting. Oh, I wanted to give a shout out real quick before we give it our scores, as if it should be too surprising. We're doing really well on the audio listening platform, so we just wanted to thank each of our audio listeners.
Yes.
I looked into it, and we're literally on every podcast app that exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Spotify and iTunes. It's every podcast app. I've not heard of most of the podcast apps that we're on, but the majority of our listeners come from Spotify and iTunes. Regardless, thank you.
Yes, thank you indeed. We do always call out the YouTube just because we like people. We like knowing that people like our faces because we have egos. But you audio
Big
listeners,
ones.
y'all are out there holding up the pack. Appreciate it. The numbers are surprising. We always pay attention to our YouTube numbers, and then we looked into our audio ones, and we were like, oh shit.
Oh wow, those actually do quite well.
Y'all really out here doing it.
So it's 7 out of 7.
I give it an 8 out of 7.
All right. Well, if we're doing it, then we're doing it because it is inarguable 8 out of 7.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'll have like a graphic for that because there's not an 8-star Dragon Ball.
Just do the 7 and then do like a plus.
I'll just do one on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome. It was incredible. It was everything I wanted out of this arc.
This is something that like every now and then will pop up on Twitter one day when you follow Dragon Ball stuff, and like you can't help but watch it because it's such a freaking magical and incredible moment.
I love that. One day I'll get to follow Dragon Ball Z Twitter.
It'll be a while.
Years from now.
In many years.
So that's it. We did it. Next up, I don't know what's gonna happen next. You know, I know the main purpose is gonna be finding a way to get Goku back to Earth. He can't be wished back to life. I don't believe if we're following Dragon Ball rules.
Real quick, I wanted to mention. To me, first off, yes, that felt like Endgame. It literally felt like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor versus Thanos.
Yeah.
Like they know they're probably gonna lose, but they're just giving it what they got. Second off, I think that final blast that allowed Cell to kill Gohan, which was presumably the rest of
Gohan
Vegeta's
to kill
energy.
Cell.
Yes, excuse me. That's like the rest of Vegeta's energy. Not to mention he's usually too prideful to be involved. Like this is obviously like the first time Vegeta's even done something like this.
Cared about anyone other than himself.
Yeah, and like it's not about honor or whatever. I think that the whole purpose of that character moment, they could have written it such that Piccolo was the catalyst or so on. But the reason it's Vegeta is that is his atonement and his acknowledgement of his sins in allowing Cell to become perfect. And
oh yeah, I forgot that Vegeta's the reason.
He is the sole reason we're in this. So I think that that's his atonement, actually.
So yeah, Vegeta, you actually killed your son.
No,
not Goku.
Well, that's why I think like he's projecting and he knows deep down it's actually his fault.
Oh yeah.
And that's why he gets so mad, and then that's why he atones for it in this moment. So yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. Vegeta is a new man.
So do you think next episode
changed, at least.
Better than he was? Do you think next episode starts off here, or do you think do you think that they're still on the battlefield and they're just like, wow, we really did it, we defeated Cell, or do you think it just jumps right into whatever's next?
I think it's gonna be some not jumping into whatever's next.
Okay.
Like, one, I don't really know how a new villain arrives. Obviously, I don't think I know they're not coming from Earth. It doesn't make any sense if they come from Earth. I guess they could, but like I don't really see how
I think Cell is the last one that could reasonably
exist,
be written to come from Earth. Yeah,
because otherwise, it's like, oh, what is this guy doing? I still think that all the blasts going into space are going to call out the new villains. I just like that idea. It might not be right, but I think it's sick.
I love you will not falter. That will always be what you want.
Well, they shot the Kamehameha went into space when he destroyed Cell, and I was like, there it is, another beacon to.
I really hope someday that this comes true for you.
Another beacon to bring our villains into Earth. Although I do kind of hope we whatever our next arc takes place. I've mentioned it before. I want some drastic change in scenery. I do want another planet. I don't want it to be mostly landscape like Namek, or even really this part of Earth that we've been on. Give me something sick. Give me something cool. I don't know what we're getting.
Do you have any? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as far as like the next episode, I think it will unfortunately be not as good because I think I'm gonna hear King Kai talk a lot.
It's possible. Do you think that, or do you have any wishes for like where the series goes? Not where it goes per se, but like any arcs that you would like to see happen, any characters that you want to come back into the spotlight. Like, what do you want to happen? If you had to say.
Well, one, I guess we got to deal with Trunks and Android 18. We still haven't really. I don't even know if they're dead or if they're just basically dead, or what.
Yeah, we gotta get the conclusion on that if you think about it.
I do think Trunks dying and jumping ahead to baby Trunks being a teenager at least would be sick.
So you're thinking we get like at least 10-year time skip?
I think it'd be cool if we know that Gohan was Trunks' teacher.
Yes.
In a different timeline.
Yes.
I would like to see that play out. There's no real basis for it to do that other than the fact that it happened in a different timeline. But it'd be cool if like we jump 10 years, Trunks is not a baby anymore, and we see him learning from Gohan. But I kind of don't want that because that would imply that Goku is dead and stays dead because he would be helping out too. But I don't know. I kind of would like to see Goku be dead. Honestly, I kind of just want Dragon Ball Z to be about Gohan now. I mean, I like Goku, but Gohan's been my favorite character for a while.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I'm not as interested in Goku's power anymore now that I know his son can whoop his ass.
If you like had to, if anything else you like want to see happen, if you had to say like any fights or any like I
would like a Vegeta versus Gohan.
Okay.
I know Gohan would win, but I want to see it happen. I just kind of want to see Vegeta fight. We haven't actually seen him fight since Ginyu Force.
Semi-perfect
a little bit of that's right. Duh,
and Android 18.
Yeah.
I guess if you count that. And Android 19.
I want Vegeta to get his Gohan and Goku moment.
I see.
And now he's a changed man.
So you're saying Goku had Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Gohan had Super Saiyan 2.
Or just like these heroic moments where like it all comes down to them. Vegeta, it's come down to him multiple times, but because he's the asshole ruining everything, not the hero of the world. Yeah. I don't even necessarily need to see him be the hero. I just would like to get, like, I want to see his big old character progression jump.
To me, we just did. Like,
no, for sure.
That one single atonement for me is like the biggest character development we've seen from Vegeta. The culmination, I should say.
I want to see where he goes now. I'm not convinced he's going to be like a good guy. No. Not that he's
do you think like so what does he do for this time skip? He just chills? Chills with his fam?
No.
Maybe a little training?
Maybe. Actually, I could see Trunks being like taking care of his kid, especially if the other one is dead. Now that he's like openly admitted that he loves his son from a different universe, I think it would be cool if he goes and, does that thing. But I don't know if him and Bulma are, I don't know.
You think Gohan's going to keep training and stuff?
I hope so. I want him to be the new main antagonist.
Protagonist?
Protagonist. No, I actually want Gohan to break bad.
Evil Gohan.
No, yeah, I kind of want Dragon Ball Z to be a Gohan show now. And I don't know what it is. I mean, I know Super Goku is a guy in it, but like I don't know where Z goes from here at all. So it'd be sick if the next 90 episodes it's like the Gohan show. Because I would like that. Gohan's awesome. It has one of my favorite voice actors. I don't know their name, but it doesn't hurt that I've been listening to that voice for like 4 years now.
So in Kai, actually, that's my one criticism of Kai in that sequence is that it's a different voice actor for Gohan.
In that sequence specifically,
or in general?
Dang, really?
Yeah, entirely. Gohan has their own voice actor.
I don't think I would like that. Like Gohan,
we'll watch it in a minute.
Is like, that's Gohan. Be like if Sean Schemmel wasn't, which he wasn't, I guess.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I just want more Gohan. Gohan's been my favorite since basically the start of all this, and he's only getting cooler, and he's sick. I want to see how powerful he gets. I want to see him whoop some ass. He has got no problem killing now. He has a problem with it, but he's going to do what needs to get done.
So you think we're going into a villain? Like, you think it's going to be like another like villain saga?
I'm not convinced we're not. Like, I don't really. The precedent of Dragon Ball Z is that we will have some time.
True, but you've never I don't think like there are things like that you absorb through Dragon Ball Z just by having a friend that likes Dragon Ball Z. Like Super Saiyan is a thing, and Frieza, and maybe Cell. But it's like we're in, I think, completely uncharted waters.
Sure,
now.
But like, I mean, I don't what in a show where you have good guys and bad guys fighting and duking it out.
Maybe not everyone watches for the fights.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball Z talk, and people seem to really like those fights.
Yeah. No, me too. Myself included.
They should make a fighter. They should make like a fighting game based on
I can't wait. We got to play it, dude. I wish we could. But there's so much that I don't want you to see.
I feel like we could technically play it. Like, you could set it up where I get to play as like characters, and you're like, we could fight each other without spoilers.
I would literally have to select both of our teams so that you don't see the roster, because that alone would be bad.
That's fair.
And then, even then, there'd probably end up being something.
Well, that art style will hold up probably for the rest of our lives, because it's just such a clean ass game.
Yeah.
That if I play it 3 years from now, I'm sure I'll still like it.
I mean, it came out probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And
There'll be a sequel, maybe. Probably not, but
I don't know. They just announced there's gonna be an update for it in a little bit, but it's not like DLC. It's like patch
netcode fix.
No.
We did it.
Yeah.
What do you think's happening next?
I know what's happening next, but more importantly, rank. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. 5 sagas, so to speak. Saiyan, Namek, Frieza. Being 2 separate sagas, you could say.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Garlic Jr.
No, Android and Cell. Rank all 5.
I'm not gonna stand for Garlic Jr.
And Garlic Jr. All 6.
Garlic Jr. Worst arc.
Yes.
Surprise.
Just don't even think about it.
So what is the differentiation between Frieza and Namek Saga?
I would say Frieza is like when Goku starts getting close to fighting Frieza. Because they spend a long time on Namek without Goku and stuff. Remember?
Garlic Jr., Namek Saga, Frieza Saga, Big Jump, Saiyan Saga, Big Jump, Android Saga. Not as big of a jump, but still up there. Cell Saga. Cell and Android have been my favorite. So basically the last 80 episodes have been my favorite by a long shot. Significantly better than the rest of the show. Then there's the Saiyan Saga, which I really liked. I'm curious to watch it now. I want to go back to 400 power level. That's so amusing to me. And just not knowing what these characters are fighting each other, wanting to kill each other, not knowing they're going to be.
We gotta watch Kai at some point after this. It's a good way to go back through and not waste your time.
I've talked about the Namek and Frieza saga. I think I'll probably, from what I've heard, I will appreciate those much more with Kai.
Once again, with Kai, they're actually watchable.
Yeah, they're quite dragged out. Lots of filler. That's pretty awful. Fake Namek specifically is just really bad.
That's 2 of the worst things. Episodes I've seen of anything.
And the pacing is just long. It's long tooth in the nail in the tooth. Long in the nail, long in the tooth.
But you got that Super Saiyan transformation.
That's why. Yeah, that's
pretty much what brings it above. I know.
That's it. The last 10 episodes of the Frieza saga, super awesome. But yeah, Cell Saga by a landslide. I'm not convinced the show is going to get better, but we will see. If it does get better, I'm going to be quite amused and surprised because I don't really know how you get better than.
I think.
That's why we're not excited for Black Widow and all these other movies coming out after Endgame,
Whether or not it gets better is subjective.
That's true.
And that's all I'll say.
That's what this show's all about.
Yep. It just depends on who you ask. But
I'm gonna ask everybody now on my Twitter. I'm gonna be like, what's better?
We have exactly 100 episodes left of Dragon Ball Z. We're more than 2/3 of the way through.
Wow.
We're officially more than 2/3 of the way through.
That's gnarly.
For those of you who have stuck with us all this time, you're the champions.
You're the real ones.
Yep.
You're the Vegeta to our Gohans.
I don't know.
The Piccolo Vegetas to our Gohans.
Piccolo Vegetas to our... I don't really even understand what you're trying
to say. You're the Z Fighters to our Gohan.
Well, what will happen next? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Speak.